We might have audio.
Just describe a movie.
Yep.
A movie.
And then we got audio now.
Yeah.
How long have we had audio?
A couple seconds.
Okay.
Okay.
You may or may not have caught that. But, you know. That was pretty explicit. Anyway.
Well, the visual alone was explicit.
It's NC-17.
Yeah. Well, barely. I'd
Can I
say
see this again yet?
13. PG-13.
Yeah.
I didn't take off my top.
What, like 80s PG-13?
Strangely, I'm
Yeah,
not offended,
yeah.
and it is still
Yeah, that was-
But
All right,
we're
we're good.
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 Awesome.
All right. Jeez.
It's my fault.
This
I'm
is what
here.
happens when your producer's having a con over.
Yeah.
Oh,
Shit gets fucked up.
sounds like some equipment has con over too.
Oh, I see me.
Speaking of con over, we were talking about Delta Age.
Yes. So our good friend of the show, Chuck Huber. We didn't have time to get an audio clip from him like we had hoped. It was very packed, very stuffed to the rafters and whatnot and what have you.
So you have really narrow aisle
good.
space. And,
Yes, a lot of vendors, good personal friends, myself and Jimmy.
yeah.
They had a booth down there selling a lot of the little wooden puzzle toys. Awesome booth. Got some really cool stuff. They have one called the Dinner Decider.
Yeah.
It's a wooden plank. It has all sorts of dinner options, and it's got a little arm that comes over it, and it's got like a little wooden weight that hangs down. And you pull it and it swings, and everything's magnetic, so it kind of darts around in all sorts of crazy directions, and then it'll land on one, and that way it'll decide what you're having for dinner. And they have another one just like it. It's called Executive Decisions. And I was specifically told that I needed it because it said, check back later, maybe, I'll have to think about it, but not a single yes.
Those are very common phrases you use at your job.
Are we?
Oh, the lag.
This is like trudging through a swamp.
Oh, yes, that is incredible.
It's not that bad.
It's incredibly terrible.
Well, I'm saying this. This isn't that bad.
Oh,
Wow.
We're lagging.
Now it looks
I hopped off the data,
Yeah.
just delayed.
so
Well, you know,
looks like it's catching up.
Okay.
these things happen.
They
So-
do.
Okay, so wait, JD, who are these people that make these puzzles and things like that?
Yeah.
That is Old Vine Games. They are a staple at the Texas Renaissance Festival, so you can catch them out there. We will soon be getting a actual list of all the events that they are going to, and see if I can't get one of their puzzles to bring on the show, because some of them are just absolutely incredible.
That's cool. I wanted to know who they are. I wasn't trying to plug them. I don't know.
Oh no,
But that works.
they're great, friendly people, and I will say that apparently the con-goers at Delta H are far more intelligent than everywhere else they've been, because they always put their most difficult puzzles out for people to try and solve, and there were two that the owner believed was only, like it documented, there's only one solution to this puzzle and this puzzle, and they'd never had them solved at an event they were at. And they had one guy solve one of them in 3 different ways,
Holy shit.
and he solved another one in 2 different ways. When
Wow.
even the design says there's only one solution.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Did he say what he was dressed as?
No, he didn't. He
It
didn't
was
tell me
probably some
that.
Death Note crap. Probably the dude with the white hair. I don't know anything about Death Note, so I'll make fun of it. If you love Death Note, I'm sorry. No, it's cool.
I
I, just
liked
haven't
Death
seen
Note.
it. I heard it's totally awesome. Whatever. I make fun of things I don't understand. I'm an
I
American.
feel like that's probably a lot of things.
Oh yeah. And I'm okay with that.
See, Kent's right. He's an American. It's a coping mechanism. So,
It is.
You know.
Product of the 80s.
Yep.
So what was your favorite thing you
90s.
saw?
Favorite thing I saw was probably the stage acting versus voice acting panel that we attended. We did film. I did do a small live
Instagram
broadcast
Live.
on Instagram. It's my first time doing that, so I hope it
You
wasn't
did
too
alright.
terrible.
You did alright. From the 3 seconds I watched, yeah.
Yeah, my hands started shaking too bad because I was like trying to balance on the back of a chair and my gut.
Oh God.
But that meant every time I took a breath.
Oh shit.
So yeah, it was odd. But it was a lot of fun. It's always a lot of fun.
So, how many
Very
times have you
nice.
been to Delta H Con?
This is my second year attending.
Was it much bigger this time?
There were a lot more vendors, but there seemed to be fewer attendees.
Eh.
But it was
But we were talking about how there may have been the same amount of attendees, but the
It's
more
so
vendors
spread out.
spread them out more,
yeah.
and it felt like less.
Right on.
I know when I walked in Saturday morning to the lobby of the Marriott Westchase, like it was packed with cosplayers. A good friend of the show, Jose, was out there. We saw him frequently.
Awesome.
We actually got a video of him entering the masquerade ball.
What did he dress as?
For the masquerade ball, he was in a very dapper tuxedo
Aww.
Very cute, very cute.
with a very elegant scarf and a mask.
I told him that's the part of Matt I missed because I wanted to go to the ball with him.
Yeah. Oh, that would have been cute. It's like
Right?
prom.
It's so cute, and I never went to prom.
Oh, I went to 4.
We have to go to the ball.
Damn.
And I do know Friday night they also had a steampunk ball. Now, I
Aw.
didn't get to attend that,
That would have been cool.
but I hear it was a lot of fun.
Right on.
So, it was that. But we got big news in the nerd industry today, and some sad news in the nerd industry
Yeah,
today.
I know, right? Today was bipolar.
Yeah.
Really, really bipolar.
You know the Earth is bipolar.
Yeah. Shut up. You want to do the sad first, and then I'll ease it off with the happy, exciting?
Yeah, let's go ahead and give him some sting.
Okay. And I'll soothe it. I'll rub it nicely, blow on it a little bit. Okay, go ahead.
The great George A. Romero, the inventor of the zombie, has passed away. Is the news we're getting.
At 77.
Yeah.
And without him, there would... I don't even know what there would be.
We wouldn't have Walking Dead. We wouldn't have Marvel Zombies.
You wouldn't have any of the zombie movies ever
mean,
created because they were all.
Eventually, I think somebody might have come
would
up
have
with
been
it, but it would have been a lot
It wouldn't have
different.
been the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah.
We would have gotten a whole bunch of like weird Haitian
Yeah.
zombie movies, and that would have
Yeah,
been just
you
nuts.
wouldn't have.
Yeah, it's a different kind of zombie. Haitian
Exactly.
zombies are way different kinds of zombies than the zombies.
Zombies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
They're
same.
way different.
And nobody understands that.
I do. I like voodoo zombies.
You're disturbed.
I know, and that's the thing. Like,
Voodoo's
I was
cool.
telling everyone, it's like
What?
Calm down.
Voodoo's cool.
I'm not a
Sorry.
huge fan of zombies, and I'm pretty vocal about it. But I have so much respect for him still as a legend in the industry.
Oh, totally.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't have to love every zombie movie, and that doesn't have to be my favorite type to respect him and be hurt that he's gone and
Yeah.
not feel that void that's going to be left there, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was sad.
All right, it's time for some soothing.
I'm so excited.
I'll leave it to
Here,
you
hold on,
because
ready?
you're our resident
See if I
Hoovian
can-
here.
Okay, I have my shirt on to celebrate. Okay, I purposely wore it. Okay, the new doctor was announced today after the men's match at Wimbledon, and it's a girl.
Like it's a new baby.
It's a girl. I'm super excited. I know there's a lot of. Hold on.
Who's the girl?
Hold on, I'm looking up the name. I forgot her name already. I don't care. It's amazing.
It's Jody something or another.
I wanna
Yes.
see her.
And one of the significant things
I
about
wrote it
this,
50 times today, and I still can't remember.
The significant thing.
the significant thing about this is the first time a doctor
Was
doctor
played as a
was
female.
been
Joey
cast as a
Whitaker.
female. Yeah.
She played in Broadchurch, another BBC show.
Oh, you just type in Jodie and it says Jodie Whittaker trending in the news.
Exactly.
I'm sure it's trending very big.
There was a lot of debate about it, and a lot of people pissed off and saying they're not going to watch anymore because the doctor has become female.
But what came out?
What?
Who said what?
Oh, Colin Baker, one of the first, well, he wasn't the first, obviously, because he's long gone dead. But one of the beginning doctors actually came forward on Twitter and was saying that if you stop watching Doctor Who because it's a female now, that you're not a true fan. And that was huge to me, and that was absolutely awesome. I thought it was funny during the Wimbledon thing. I was reading some of the live things back and forth, and I read one. A woman was saying that they were putting a female in it to appease feminists, and that it's too soon to have a female and stuff like that.
Or you could do it later?
Yeah, she says in about a decade it would be okay to do.
That's stupid. Then.
But wait, this show has been on
Yeah.
54 years. 54! And it's too soon to have a female after like 13,
The
14.
show's gone through the civil rights movement.
Like, yes, there was a gap where there weren't any shows for a minute. But still, it started 54 years ago and it's too soon. But the man that commented after her was saying exactly that. It's perfect. It's wonderful. It's been 54 years and however many, times. And, like,
Yeah.
obviously it's...
And having a dick is not required of the character.
Yes, there's not one time the Doctor saved the day with his dick.
Exactly.
Not once. Not even.
Not in any of the scenes we saw.
Well, there's no more than that because it's a story. It's fiction. But I'm thrilled. I think it's exciting. Also, there was a book that came out a little while ago, and I'll admit I am not exactly sure what it was, but we were at the bookstore, and I have this button that they were giving out because there was this big promotion, and it was like a Doctor Who girl book. And it says, it had a little girl drawn on it. It says, "I'm not a companion, I'm the Doctor." And I think that is so fitting now that it's a little girl on the pin when now the woman is the Doctor.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see where she goes with it. I am. My fall on her face might be awesome.
I don't know. I mean, all I gotta say is they're called Time Lords, not Time Ladies.
There are
I'm just
there are
kidding, I
women
know.
that are Time
I'm not
Lords.
a Whovian. I don't have an opinion upon this. Everybody enjoy your show. If you want to dump it just because there's now a lady, yeah, that's
I think you
that's
should give it
pretty
a
crap.
chance.
That's
Yeah,
that's,
you at
that's
least
pretty
watch
crap.
it. If you don't like
So,
her, then you can say you didn't like her. But
There was a lot of drama too
Give
when
people a chance, man.
Peter
That's it.
Capaldi took over the role, because for the past 3 generations before that, they're all young, attractive men.
Yeah.
And then Peter Capaldi gets the role, and it's this older guy, not so attractive, and people were up in arms about it, pissed off the Doctor wasn't young and hot anymore.
So you just can't fuck with their shit, is what it is.
Yeah,
You can't
basically.
change it.
Everybody has their opinion.
But the Doctors years ago
like.
weren't all young and pretty and fuckable, and
Well, we
like
can't make
a lot of
everybody
them
happy.
were older.
Well, in the original series, also things were just different.
Jimmy.
Things were just different.
Yeah, right.
I'm just letting this happen.
True.
It's all right. It's kind of like when I interviewed Guar. I just kind of let it happen. You got to.
But anything that wants to continue and keep up with society
Has
needs
to evolve.
change and
Yeah.
evolve with society.
Right.
So
Good point.
go for it.
I'm excited. So yeah, that was the exciting news.
All right, and I can't scroll social media without seeing this. The trailers for the new Tick series.
Yep.
What's everybody think about that?
Haven't watched one of the trailers. I like Peter Serafinowicz.
Uh,
He's cool and everything. My girlfriend loves him, but we're just gonna have to see. I'm hopeful that since he signed on, it should be at least funny.
See,
Jimmy?
Late last year, probably fall, September, October, Amazon actually used this as an option. They put up a couple of pilots for like 6 or 7 shows, and this was one of the options that they had. So they were going to test it with people who had Prime accounts and people who would be willing to watch it, and apparently it made the cut. I'm actually eager to see it. I've seen the full pilot. It's interesting. I know, what was it, one of the major networks did a series that ran for about, 5 or 6 episodes?
Oh yeah,
Something like that. And
Yeah.
it was good. Patrick Warburton did a great job. This is a new guy, and I think he's going to do well. I think this is very in tune with the books. Of course, you don't have like the oversized chin or anything. It's not the
The
comic
chin was
book.
the best.
I know it makes the Tick, but you got to see this guy's personality and the way he views the character and acts him out. It's really well done, and I'm gonna watch it. Fuck it, I've got a Prime account. I'll give it a watch. I'll give it 2-3 episodes. If it doesn't do anything for me, I'll move on to something else. But the pilot did please. It was nice.
All right. Patty, you have an opinion on it?
The Tick?
Yes.
I like The Tick. I'll probably watch it.
Just remember, folks.
I'm not like
Spoon.
a huge fan or anything, but I like the cartoon. I never saw that little whatever the hell
Patrick
came out.
Warburton.
I didn't see that, but
I love Patrick Warburton. He's awesome.
If I come across it, I'll watch it.
I still have my fingers crossed for Ted 3 to see Patrick Warburton and Michael Dorn raiding another con.
Nice.
I didn't even see Ted 2. So
I didn't
You
either.
missed it. Patrick
didn't
Warburton
either.
back in the Tick outfit and Michael Dorn dressed as...
Worf.
Yes.
Oh.
that's awesome.
And they were there to pick on nerds. They were crashing a con.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's a good part. It's good stuff.
I watched Castlevania.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I did.
I will watch it.
I watched a little bit of it.
I was really, really, really mad.
She's very upset.
Really, really, really mad.
I haven't gotten to that point yet.
Because I'm watching it and I'm really liking it, and I even like the style of animation, and the story's really good, and you're going through it, and the shit's about to really get serious, and then it was over.
And that's why I'm not pissed
I
off
was
yet.
so mad, and I think I was most mad because I didn't know there were so few episodes. So like I'm expecting to hit next,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden I look at the TV, and it's a different show waiting for me on the bottom. And I felt like the boy. I was almost there, man. I was almost there.
We've all felt that
See?
one time or another.
See? That was the only thing. I love the animation. I love the story. I really loved it. And then it was over. And now I have to wait for how long?
Who knows?
I don't know.
Another year, probably.
Yeah.
Probably. But
No,
it seemed like it was
6
only half a
episodes,
season.
right?
Yeah. It was really
Maybe a couple
short.
months.
Yeah.
I burned through it this morning. Like,
There's another weird face for you.
always. But yeah, no, I highly recommend watching it, but expect it to end too soon.
Brian Edward Hill, writer of Postal.
Yeah.
One of his other properties has been optioned for a film.
Damn.
Now, there's been nothing confirmed as to what property.
In the dark.
Yeah. And he actually is far-reaching. He's got Romulus, Postal. He's in Marvel now. Like, he's got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
And a whole bunch of stuff he's written that hasn't been in comic books. So, I have no idea.
Kind of waiting to see.
Yes.
Very exciting.
I'm anxious. If I don't hear anything in another week, I'm going to start emailing the people we do know. Say, hey, man.
Let us know. Give me
going
the
on?
info. I saw Sunflower came out in trade.
Yes, it did. It is officially available through Diamond in trade.
There you go.
I was lucky and was able to get it in trade about 2 months ago. So.
But now everybody else can get it.
Yes, now everybody else can get it.
So, you guys play any games recently?
Oh God. I played a
not-
game.
Oh yeah, you did play a game.
I
You know
played a
what?
game.
You know what? Hey, Tanya, what do you think? She should do a
Go for it.
review.
You play a game? Do a fun game review, Pat.
Oh my God. Okay. I played Monster High. I did.
Monster High.
What
was-
platform?
Xbox 360. So, my daughter absolutely loves video games. Loves them to death. I hate video games. They're just not my thing. I just can't get into it. Unless I can button mash, I don't play them.
She likes Soul Calibur.
Anything I can button mash. Like, I'm good at that. But this one you actually have to... They have quests, I guess you'd call it, whatever. But they're little mini ones, whatever. So you have to, like, walk really careful on these platforms. And then other things, you have to jump on top of bookcases, but, like, you got to drag a box over to it or jump off a ledge to get to it to get these coins and stuff. And I suck at it. So I'm sitting there yelling at my TV, cussing. And then...
At Monster High.
at
Because
Monster
she sucks
High.
at it.
Because I suck
Game
at it.
designed for junior high students.
Less, younger
Hey,
even.
man, if it's anything like that Sega Genesis Aladdin game,
It's so hard.
done.
Yeah.
I'm done like 15 minutes in. I can't
Yes.
do that shit.
Nothing is like the Sega Genesis.
So, but the beginning of
Nothing.
things, it says, "Oh, do you want to join the fear-leading squad?" And then it gives you like the little pop-up to hit X for your answer. But it only gave me the yes answer, so I'm screaming at my television again.
That sounds
But
like
I don't want to
indoctrination.
fucking
Yeah,
join
right?
this.
You want to be popular? Come on now.
No,
Yes.
it made me join fear leading. It made me join the
course.
gardening, whatever the hell. It made me join some
Gardening.
cooking class thing club, and I was
So,
pissed.
cheerleading, cooking,
Yeah.
gardening.
Yeah,
It's
it was,
teaching.
Okay.
it was
It's teaching your
terrible.
kids to love electives only.
Yes.
That's terrible.
And not once did I have. No, wait. I think once I had to go to a class.
Monster High was against.
Yeah,
The
no.
kind of thing that you thought that they weren't pushing girls to
No,
be.
they are.
Like, the point was supposed to be able to be.
But you can be
different.
scary as long
I
as
know
you're
they-
sexy.
Yeah.
Fear-leading.
Fucking
I got
popular.
this.
Like, it's still the popularity contest.
Yeah.
That's what
But that's life.
it's supposed
Yeah.
to be against.
Sadly,
I
yeah.
have higher hopes for Monster High teaching my children better things.
But I got to customize my character a little bit. That was fun.
Were you
Think if you're hoping
Claudine?
Monster
No,
High
I was a
gonna
vampire.
teach anything.
Oh, you were Draculaura?
Yes, but I had cute little short hair, like this color, and a cute little black dress and stuff, so that was kind of cool. For kids, I guess the game's great. I just hate video games. And the only reason I kept playing was because my daughter was laughing so hard at
Well, if
me,
you're a
and she was
button
thoroughly
masher anyway,
enjoying
It may not
it.
have actually been that difficult of a game.
Yeah, probably not. She can do it fine.
Yeah.
She's 11, so...
Yeah.
So,
Probably just you.
Yeah.
so if you want to hear more of Patty's hatred of video games, you can actually request that we make her sit down and play one.
Oh my god, that'd be the funniest show ever!
Video games
Oh, I'm
so
putting you
bad.
on Warframe.
We need to do this. We need to do this. It sounds like an awesome
I'm down.
idea.
If you pick a difficult game that I would never have played, I'll play it with you.
Warframe.
There you go.
Warframe.
There you go. You want to
You'll
see
get
Patty
just
and
an
Tanya
hour
play
of us
video games.
swearing.
I tried to play Halo like 100 times, but I would always stare at the sky and turn in circles.
It's so pretty.
I shot people a couple times.
See,
but
I
got lucky.
can't remember what buttons do what, or where they are without looking.
I can only
so
do it
I
on, like,
suck at
I
gaming.
can do it on the Mortal Kombat style games.
I'm
I
button
can
mash.
remember that to do these two and then right, and then they'll do their combo.
No,
but that's
see,
all I can do.
all I
can't
do-
Wow, well,
Okay, this is how I play
I
Mortal
don't button
Kombat.
mash that game.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
I
you can.
push the over button to make it run towards the other guy, and then I just. That's how I play games. Yeah.
I see you've been playing that way with something today.
No, I had no nail polish on to start out with. No, I would totally play video games on it. You're
Oh.
gonna have to definitely put an explicit thing on it because I swear a lot.
One day
yell.
I was in the middle of like a really long mission on Warframe, and I had to pee, and I couldn't hold it anymore. So I just handed Tanya the remote. If somebody starts shooting me, move.
I think I had to go behind a wall.
I can't even
Yeah.
like walk in a straight line. Like I was running into people, running into walls and stuff. Like, and I couldn't get it down of how fast to walk because you pushed a little bit, you just walk, and push further, you run. And I was running into shit, and you're like, oh my god,
So
yeah,
if you want to hear more reviews from Patty,
yeah.
let's get this.
If you want to
Let's get
watch
this
me
ball
play
actually
video
rolling. What do you think?
games,
Oh yeah, let's get Patty
I think
and
it's
Tanya
good.
on some Warframe
Yeah.
in a duel.
like I don't know where Patty went. She's lost somewhere over there. In
I
that
fell down.
section.
I don't know how to get back up.
Julia. But yes, that will definitely be doable.
There you go.
Something to go on the Twitch. Speaking of Warframe, we had the huge tease last weekend at TennoCon out of Canada. Everybody who's been resistant to play Warframe because it's not enough open world. Well, you're not gonna have anything
Can I
to bitch
choose my
about anymore.
clothes?
In Warframe,
Yes.
They don't wear clothes.
Well.
you're kind of like
You can
an
choose the
organism
color of
inside
the
a-
patch on the back of you, like
Yeah.
that's and the patch.
But you have to
wait.
earn the patch.
What do
Like
they
that, or a
wear?
stripe here and there
I mean, you
in
can
color.
change the armor.
They're machines.
Yeah,
Oh.
they're like machines, so there's a little decoration.
Do they
you
have
can
boobs?
Change. No.
Some of them do.
No, I
Okay.
didn't know there were any with boobs.
I'd like one with
Live.
boobs, please.
I'll take the number 3 with boobs, please.
Do they charge extra for
They
that?
have purple, right?
I want a little extra shake with
On
that.
the,
I can be
just on the
purple
color of the
and
back.
have
Not the
boobs?
whole thing. You just get a purple patch on the back.
Your dreams are fulfilled.
I really want to play Grand Theft Auto Online with Patty. I think that'd be great. We can go shopping. We can go shopping online. It would be awesome.
We'll do that. We will do that. We will. See, that's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to make another date for another day during the week and get on Twitch and play video games.
Everything you need in my house.
See, there we go. We'll go play video games and watch how bad I suck at it. It's no secret. I don't lie and pretend I'm okay.
You'll have to wheel me over there.
Yes.
We'll put the hashtag man on the back of my chair. And
Yes, I will totally do that for you. I'll have to come over someday. and do
Hashtag
that.
Hot Wheels.
Vanna Tanya.
Yeah. Maybe after work sometime.
It's got like a director's chair back to it.
Aww.
So it's cute. It's like the little.
Yes. New expansion for Warframe coming.
Yes.
All those people who are resistant to play because it's open world, but it's not open world enough. Well, they are going to be fixing that. You're going to have a whole planet to just free roam however you wish. It is going to be the Plains of Eidolon, I believe, is the name of the expansion that's coming. And of course, they streamed a 17-minute demo video, and I watched all of it, and it is awesome. Absolutely badass.
You showed me the video. It was like they actually took you through the city and showed you the shops, showed you the shopping districts, and all the things you could buy. They showed you out in the wilderness,
Leaving the city and
leaving
walking
city
through the
and
wilderness.
getting into conflicts, and then you find out something about the planet towards the end of the trailer.
Yeah.
It's very interesting. So,
And it is incredibly... And the coolest thing I saw in all that footage is they covered a lot of ground.
yeah.
And not one single loading screen. Not one pause or a wheel or...
Damn.
Like,
You
it
load
is
into the world, it's there.
free-flowing.
Yeah.
Like,
Huh.
so it looks incredible. And, of course, this is all brought to you by Digital Extremes. And for those of you who've never heard of them, well, I'm sure you've played a video game that was powered by the Unreal Engine. Well, Digital Extremes is the company that manages that. They own it, they developed it, and they're the ones constantly updating it and keeping it cutting edge.
Wow.
And Warframe is pretty much their test bed
Yeah,
for anything new to do to Unreal.
Yeah, up until this trailer, it was all pretty much interiors. You didn't really do any battle with an environment.
Well, you had
Like-
deep space battles, and you had some underwater ones. Which case you have what's called an arc wing, which is two wings that carry their own guns and own propulsion, but you've only been able to use them up until this point underwater and in deep space. This new expansion will allow you to use them in atmosphere, which looks absolutely badass. So I'm excited for that, and we'll be doing a review soon as it's available.
Yeah. I found another type of movie I don't like. That will give me the creeps that you can totally creep me out with.
Yeah?
You excited?
Yes.
Cave movies.
Cave
Like
movies?
underground. When they're like,
don't have any of
what
those.
was it? As above, so below. Whatever. It was like
The
a
one with
horror
the
movie.
dragons?
Descent.
No.
Oh.
It's anything like that where they're
Yeah,
stuck
that's it.
underground.
It was okay.
Every time.
Or underwater.
I know there was a
or
giant
Underwater.
cave
space.
where the people lived in a
The
cave.
caves freak me out. See, it's the cave thing. All caves. But seriously, the movies where people are stuck underground and may never see the light of day again, it freaks me out. So it's space, underwater, and down under the ground.
Next
And see,
week she'll have another fear to
Yeah.
share with
Basically,
you.
places where you may not be able to breathe at some point in time.
Or that you'll never get out of.
You'll get
Ever.
lost in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
forever,
So-
ever. And just starve to death. Yeah.
The Labyrinth?
No, that was all right.
That
That's
was
all
Jim
right.
Henson.
I didn't
It was
see
a
any
little
fear
dark,
there.
but it was okay.
I'm just
Well, no, but
saying.
you could climb over on top of the walls. That's at least open.
So
you
you
know.
think.
Yeah.
And then a
It
goblin
was made to
statue.
seem that way, but nobody ever tried that.
Yeah.
I don't know why you didn't just climb up the wall. There were
I don't
holes
know.
in the wall. You could
She didn't
climb up
even
and
notice
walk
there were
around on
holes
top.
in the walls. So I mean,
What did we do? We just threw you over?
There were
or-
vines you could grab and get
Yeah.
up there and look around.
see, you gotta get your bearings and that. Yeah, I never understood that as a kid.
Yeah, that one bothered me too.
Oh, I have the craziest story ever.
I believe you do.
Yeah. Okay, we're speaking of Labyrinth. You know in the scene where she goes to the fire people, the little puppet, the red ones, where
Yeah.
they take off their body parts and
Yeah.
stuff?
The Wild Gang.
For way too long, every time I'd watch that movie, I'd think really hard if there really was a body part you could remove on a human and not kill them. And nope, there's not. I spent way too much time thinking about it.
I mean, as a
We need to have
Not surgically
That's a lot of
though.
school, though.
I mean, like
just
just.
Derek.
sit that down.
Not
moments like
surgically,
these.
though.
We need to have
No,
like a
yeah.
bottom scroll, with like a disclaimer about Patty's like being in her own world. Disclaimer: this is not reality. This is just Patty's mind going on a tangent.
I can make that happen.
Look, my mind is a really weird, twisted, kind of dark place. I don't know.
Well,
It's okay.
we
I would've
freaked
guessed
Patty
that by
out
looking
last
at
week
Yeah.
because we were watching Apollo 18 in the background. This week we were watching Blue Submarine number 6, which is an anime that I've always truly loved and
Yeah.
was able to pick up this weekend at Delta H for
Nice.
an awesome price. And so next week we're going to be watching The Abyss.
yeah. Thanks.
I got your back, Patty.
What about something really obscure like Deep Star 6?
Ooh,
Or
ooh,
Return of the Living
man, that's
Dead,
back
just
there,
a-
dude.
Aw.
Actually, you know
that
what?
might be good.
Yeah.
I have
Captain's
the
on the right track
original.
with that.
What?
I have the original at home.
Return of the Dead. Do something.
Land of the Dead.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have the black and white original movie.
Yeah.
Wow.
Bring it.
So
Bring it. We'll
I'll
watch
bring
that
it
next
and we'll
week.
watch that next week. Not that I can see it now that we've moved shit around, but that camera's directly in my way.
Oh, that's your problem.
I know. It's my spot. I'm like,
You're the one who just can't stand to move.
I know. This is my spot.
You're supposed to be doing a show.
Spitting all over you. At least it wasn't boogers.
Could have been worse.
Did you spray boogers on her?
No.
Nose rockets.
No, the Marky Ramone
It
thing.
happened very close to me.
Oh,
I cannot cope with meeting some
See
people.
Tanya just going.
I just tried to get her out of the area we were in where everyone else had just seen it. I basically just moved her away.
We need to go this way.
Because other people saw it, so it's like, let's go to the bathroom.
I was losing my shit.
I was a good friend about it, and that's the best it could be hoped for.
Oh my god.
Alright.
You missed that story. I walked by Marky Ramone and I held my shit together just till I got out of his eye view and I lost my shit. Like laughing, tears streaming down my face, booger is like I couldn't cope. Yeah.
ugly face crying.
Oh, it was bad. But I was laughing too, so it was extra ugly. Like horrible.
And he turned to the next person walking up to him and said, I have that effect on people.
No, I had walked by. He couldn't see me where we were, but yeah.
No, all he had to do was hear you. I'm pretty sure he's heard that before.
Oh my god, that'd be
The
funny.
sobbing laughter of a fangirl.
Yes.
Totally,
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't cope well with fangirling. It doesn't happen all the time. I don't know how to cope when it does, so.
I don't think you're supposed to.
you
No.
That's why it's
just-
called fangirling,
Yeah.
because it's just a complete or fanboy.
Yeah, it's,
It's
the
just a
I
complete
can't
breakdown.
Even, it's what I can't
Yeah,
even
right?
means.
Well, I couldn't even at all. It was bad. Oh, but it makes a great story.
Well, I've seen it happen with Tanya.
But she wasn't as bad as me. That's why we have levels now. A Tanya
I cried, but
fangirl
I didn't
and a
No, she
Patty
didn't
zone.
snot.
I bawled my eyes out,
Oh my god, yeah.
but I did not snot.
Yeah. I definitely snotted.
I haven't seen Jimmy fanboy.
You haven't?
No. No.
Do you remember a time when you were fanboying?
I mean, like what? When I meet somebody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not really fanboy because, I mean...
He's very well composed.
Well, I look at it as, hey, look, these guys are here to, meet and greet their fans, and, they're kind of doing work for their vacation. I mean, it's
Yeah.
cool they get to go somewhere, but they got to sit at a table for a while. So I think about it that way. I'm like, look, these people are people too. They're doing shit that I wish I could do.
Mm.
At the same time, it's a strenuous
I can do
job.
that with most people.
Yeah,
But
but
not
it's the
well.
occasional.
There's always that person. There's always that one.
Dealing with nerds.
Like if I met Ryan
You just
Reynolds,
haven't
I
met
probably
your
would be
person
like,
yet.
you're funny. I like you. And he'd be like, all right, that's cool. You can get him away.
Oh,
Deadpool. Love
you're
him.
probably
20
right.
years.
Probably right. You just haven't found that one
You haven't
yet.
found the right one.
You haven't met.
I know Virginia Hay went the extra mile to make sure he was comfortable during their
She
interview.
was such a sweetheart. I love her.
Yeah.
No, she was really awesome. She was awesome.
Caressing your elbow.
I was leaning into the shot, man.
Dude, If I was a
Yeah,
celebrity and I had to do that, I would screw with
She
people
has
like
a very
that.
mom
Like if I
personality.
knew they were fanboying
Really
or
good,
fangirling
sweet mom,
hard,
kindergarten teacher
I'd be
that
extra
she wants to
flirty and
make
try
her
to touch them
comfortable.
more. Like, and just wait for them to lose their shit.
Oh yeah,
That'd be my
5 minutes.
goal.
5 minutes after meeting Doug Jones, like he could have like heavily fucked with me, and I would have been cool with it.
He fucked with you a little. I think he was testing some boundaries.
Maybe it was fun. I had a
He was so
blast.
touchy.
He's
Super touchy.
incredibly, very hands on. He had to be touching me.
He's just a tactile person.
He just wanted to make sure
He wanted to
weren't
make it
gonna run
personal.
away.
He's like, I don't
Right.
want you to forget this. You know,
He
And
knows-
that's the best
He
way.
hugged us all multiple times.
He's like, I'm gonna.
I think
constrict
some people
you.
are like that too, because I'm really huggy and really
He probably
touchy.
would have like crawled across your shoulders
But as
like
a
a boa
celebrity,
constrictor and
to
stuff.
still be
because-
touchy.
Yeah,
He's like-
that's cool.
He's like, here,
That's
guys,
cool.
hold me up, and you'd be like, oh, look, it's a Doug Jones. Look at him.
Yes. Take
He-
pictures.
No, I love that interview. Dude seems awesome,
He was a
really.
really cool guy.
He's one that I really hope to get to interview again. He was an absolute blast. Scroll back and find that interview. It's a lot of fun. But I know you met Rob Liefeld.
Yeah.
You're actually on his Instagram.
Yeah, I know. That's
Oh,
weird.
yay.
It's weird. Yeah, I was like, wow, there's a picture of me getting the book my grandmother bought me signed by the original artist.
That's awesome.
So,
Very cool.
yeah, it blew me away that he actually put that on his Instagram. So, it was really
And
awesome.
he's a really cool guy. He's just another guy there hanging out and chilling and everything.
Yeah.
Walking around in his flip flops and board
Nice.
shorts.
He's on vacation, man.
But like I've seen a lot of pictures of him, and he's always wearing flip flops, board shorts, various different shirts. Could be Oxford, could be a tee, could be a polo, but always like
Flip
long shorts and
party
flip flops.
downstairs and business up top instead of the whole
Very California.
thing.
Well, you know.
Well, he is California.
Yeah, that's what that reminds me of. It's like, oh, you never know. I mean, I'm just ready to whip it off, go to the beach.
Yeah.
Why? Because California.
Exactly.
That's what we do.
We're
Oh,
in
okay,
Texas.
all right.
Have you seen Galveston?
Yeah, right. Yeah, so, no. Anytime somebody from out of town, they're like, "Hey, let's go to Galveston." I'm like, "Let's not. It's okay.
It's hot out there, man.
Damn,
You don't
dude,
even have to
they're
go
like,
that far for
Are you
good
doing
seafood.
Dickens on the Strand in
clearly haven't
July?
been.
What's going on?
Right? It's like, no, guys, the fecal level is like really crazy right now.
Aw.
You can go.
And I know people are like, "Oh, that's so. Oh my God, you've got fecal matter in the water." It's like, yeah, you do too, guys. I
Yeah,
don't
they
care
just
where
don't
you
tell
live.
you about it.
The problem is we have massive flooding in lowland areas because if you didn't know, Houston was built in a swamp. That's why it's called the Bayou City sometimes.
Rice
Just
paddy
FYI,
slash swamp.
in case you're watching outside of Houston and didn't know. Okay, there. Knowledge imparted.
Thank you for laying that down for them.
You're welcome.
You're
Jim,
very informative.
Jimmy got
It's
stranded
important.
right down the street from here
Yes.
one night.
Yes, it was actually.
And it was
after
just
Comic
raining.
Palooza. It was after Comic Palooza, the first year we did it.
Yeah, and it wasn't even what you would call flooding.
No,
It was just raining.
that was the night we found out
That's
that
what we
JD
call
Street.
flooding.
He lives on the high end of the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a big difference here. It's all like, yeah, I'm about 4 inches higher. Oh, is that a lot? Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude.
Means my yard stays
I'm sure
dry.
there's been a lot
Yeah.
more insurance claims on the other end of our street.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so,
Because we've never had flooding in the house.
Driving
Like,
home last
down
week
the
other end
was
of the
gnarly.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
Holy shit, yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make this a
It was
thing.
so bad.
You know?
Yeah, this isn't exactly.
Well, we're out of the
related.
normal scheduled discussion material, so no, this is
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, we're just talking.
Yeah, we got another 15 minutes here to kill.
Oh
Driving
my
down
God.
I was trying to. I was
Seriously?
trying to whittle it down to the two like card games you guys played.
Oh,
Oh, well, I mean,
some stuff got
Oh, there you
really.
go.
we can talk about
Or
that.
it doesn't
we
matter.
can.
He brought a massive card game. Talk about your game.
Oh
you
yeah,
brought.
let's spoil that.
All right.
All right.
Or we can talk about it later.
Whatever, however you
I
want
don't
to do
know.
it. It's your
Yeah,
life.
how
My
does this
live
work?
thingy won't work.
All
I
right.
figured we were going to talk about gaming.
There we go.
Like,
Wait, has anybody seen Spider-Man yet?
no.
Okay, well we're not talking about
Okay,
that.
well, we saw it, but if he hasn't.
Yeah, no,
Patty and
I would like to.
haven't seen it, but
I
don't
probably
know if
won't
it's
see it.
This is a.
I've been
Until way
excited
later.
about
It was
Oh,
really enjoyable.
Hold
I
on,
was
real
gonna say we
quick.
could do a spoiler-free review of Spider-Man.
Hold on, real quick. In case anybody hasn't caught this, there's a new Jackie Chan movie coming out.
Yes.
Called The Foreigner.
Yes, you showed me
And
that.
I'm excited
God, it
as
looks
hell
awesome.
about this. Because Jackie
Finger
Chan's
pointing
badass.
and all.
Boom, it's Jackie Chan. You sold me there, but he plays a very different, darker role than I've ever seen him. And for the first time in a modern movie, I've seen Jackie Chan pick up a gun and use it.
Ooh.
I don't know. Some people might not be cool with that. I'm
sure there's
freaking
gonna
down
be an
with
outrage
it.
about it.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
So,
that's it. It's
like-
called The Foreigner.
It's like the other thing we discussed.
It looks cool.
There's gonna be people mad
Oh,
anyway.
Shot now.
you need to come in
Oh.
closer.
No, no.
Snuggle up.
You're
Snuggle
drifting.
up.
Well, he had to get up. So my voice was just there, and it's like, who's talking?
So I have these 2 core sets for DC deck building, and I have 2 expansions that are this size, and then I have the Rivals, and then I have the 2 crossovers. Which it's odd because every single one of these changes the gameplay significantly.
Yes, it does.
Tanya and I have played Rivals, and we've played the Standard. Jimmy and I have played the Standard with one of the Crisis expansions.
Yeah, fuck that.
That was a long game.
It's not quite Monopoly long,
But almost.
It's almost there. Almost.
Yeah.
More like Clue. Maybe a little bit longer than Clue. All right, you know what? Forget it. Just
It's at
play
that
the
point
fucking
where you
game.
don't want to finish the fucking game anymore. because
Yeah.
then
Just
you're-
play it,
Oh.
enjoy it. I'm sure with more people, it's actually probably more fun and it moves a
Yeah,
little
it
bit
moves
faster.
Yeah.
faster with more people.
The more
for
people
sure.
you have, the quicker actions are taken. So
That's why we mainly bring that out when there are other people around.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we normally play Cards Against Humanity.
Yeah.
Because Tanya prefers Cards Against Humanity.
I love that game.
I do
And
too.
I can be right or I can be happy.
that's what Ralphie May says.
That's correct. You're right.
That's what Tanya says.
It means I'm not going to be happy later. But the Versus is one of the most recent expansions, and actually it's an expansion that's getting an expansion. They're coming out with a whole lot more playable characters for your Versus matches. So that's going to be interesting. But you start off with 3 character cards, kill one, and your character gets stronger. Kill that one, gets even stronger. And then there's all sorts of buffs that make it harder to kill. And it takes a very long time. Tanya and I stopped when the first character card died.
It took a long time to get to that point.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
I don't think we had enough cards in our hand. It said to have 5, and I think
Yes.
we should have had 7, personally. I think that would have gone a lot quicker.
Yeah, with 7 cards in your hand, the gameplay is a
wanna tweak it.
lot faster. So
yeah.
next time we
Makes
play
sense.
Rivals, we will be going to a 7-card hand to see how that speeds things up. Forever Evil, well, you are now playing a villain fighting the hero. And then crossovers, I've gone all the way through the Rogues crossover pack. You are the Rogues, and you're trying to defeat a hero, and the hero is much, much stronger than your characters are. So the only way you can defeat the hero is all the Rogues have to team up and work together. Basically, if they don't, then you're all going to die one at a time.
Okay.
Haven't been all the way through this one, but I have been through the character cards. Of course, this is the JSA crossover pack. All the original greats are there. Jay Garrick, Alan Scott, Dr. Fate, they're all there, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Right on.
There they are. Mr. Terrific, Wildcat, Jake Garrick, Alan Scott, Dr. Fate, Power Girl, and Star Girl. So, cool stuff.
Hello.
And I was able to get this for the low price, $9.99.
For what, 10
Nice.
cards?
No, that's more than 10.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Those were just the character cards.
Okay.
Yeah. Characters, of course, oversized.
Right on.
Yeah. So a lot of fun. But this is probably the newer CCGs for comic books. Or CCG? Or is it a customizable
collecting
card game?
Customizable card game.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. I think. Well, I mean, this one. I know that this one came out a little bit before the one I'm going to talk about, just
Okay.
a little bit. So it's been around a little bit longer. I've only played this once. What I have played it was,
Over here.
Yeah, exactly. It was cool. I like it. It's a little bit more streamlined than what I'm going to talk about. But one thing is really cool about the company that makes this is Cryptozoic. This is a deck building system called the Cerberus system, And so they actually sell different games. They have a Street Fighter deck building game, which is the same mechanic. They have a Naruto that's the same mechanic, and I think there's a couple other ones that they have as well, which you can blend those games if you want to be a freak and do that. But, you know, whatever, sure, you know, do your thing.
Yes, yeah, Derek was bringing up one of the vendors at Delta H. They had a Big Trouble in Little Tokyo.
Yeah,
Legendary.
Or Little
Yeah,
China. Big Trouble in
that's
Little
Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah, that's a single one-shot that they did, and you can play through the scenarios of the movie and stuff, and have Jack Burton as a character and stuff like that. And it's based on the legendary system of deck building that Upper Deck has put out. And there's a lot of other games. I've heard that one's a lot of fun, but it is just a one-shot, so they're not going to put any more out, as far as I've been told.
They've also got a Firefly, Alien Encounters, Predator, and they've even got they got an expansion that will marry the two. Like it has, I think it's a 100-card expansion that you can actually use to integrate the Predator and Alien stuff together.
Yes.
So that's,
Yeah, they have the legendary system, and then they have their Marvel stuff, which is really cool, which I'm going to talk about. And then the other stuff is what they call their encounters, which is movie titles and things like that. And you can cross all of it over if you want, but yeah, I think they have a deck pack or something that you put in there, and it helps convert the mechanics.
Why do you
So
wrap
it's
some of
pretty
your
cool.
cards and some not? I noticed that.
Oh,
The ones that are going to be handled more need to be wrapped.
Now this is
Good
something.
idea.
The one downfall that you'll see with the DC deck building game that you won't see with Legendary is your character cards are actually oversized.
Okay.
This is a character card. Now I know it's hard to see in scale how big it is compared to a normal size card. This is a normal size card. So I have most of these in sleeves, but not these. But they do make sleeves for these.
They do.
Okay.
There's different companies that do. One of them is
You gotta
called...
like pay extra for less.
No.
No, they're
most card
about
packs
the
are
same.
always going to be either 50 or 100 pack, no matter what.
But you have to pay more for the oversized. Like,
There's a range of stuff. Like, there's little tiny ones that are like this big. There's tarot size. There's a bunch of different companies that make one. One that I really, really like and endorse is Fantasy Flight. They make really good, thick covers that are translucent and really, really tough. I've spent a lot of money sleeving a lot of different stuff. But they have a bunch of different size ranges, so you can usually find what you're looking for. And you can order it online or go to your local game store.
I've always been a big fan of the dragon skins.
Yeah, Dragon Shield?
Dragon shields, that's it. That's
Right
the
on.
one.
I don't know. I don't use Dragon Shield, or I haven't been that familiar with them, so I just use like Deck Protector, just straight up the old school Deck Protector ones.
So what expansion did you bring today?
All right.
He's gonna creep
Fellow-
off camera for a second.
Fellow viewer, this is also a
you
warning.
may need to move yours.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
You might need to move it just a tad.
Just like when I was
Excuse me while I whip this out.
Whoa!
That was great.
Okay. Folks, this is actually kind of a point that I'm making here. All this that you will see is one game. All this horribleness that's in these boxes is Marvel Legendary. This is every single expansion that you can get a hold of.
Oh, wow.
One of which is the Fantastic Four one, the original printing. You
can't
can't get a hold of that right now. If you have it, hold on to it because it's actually worth some money.
And take care of it.
Yeah, take care of it.
Don't just hold on to it,
Also,
but take care of it.
all of these are sleeved. I have sleeved every single thing in my game because it's going to last a lot longer. There's some cards that you handle every single game and they started looking nasty. The reason I'm showing you this is not to impress you, but to warn you of the dangers
The addiction.
of the addiction that can be not just Marvel Legendary, but also gaming and card games that have expansions to them.
Yes.
You don't have to buy every single expansion, but I do. Also, because nobody, had the other ones and told me about it, and I didn't see reviews, I'm like, oh, let me go ahead and try that. So you don't have to buy everything. I'll tell you right now, though, it's a really fantastic game. You're going to get a lot of playability and replayability out of it, even from just the base game. And yeah, you can start with that one, and then sleeve it as well, because it's going to cost a lot less at that time. Make sure you get all the same colors, though, because everything gets mixed together for the most part, so you don't want to have stuff sticking out. Don't know what else to say about that.
I would say, if you feel like you're not getting enough exercise, well, as you can see, Kent has a backpack full of legendary cards.
Yes.
Which could qualify as, like, what, 50, 60
Weightlifting?
pounds? You might as well throw that on your back and go on a hike to your friend's house to play legendary.
So do you actually, like, just play a few of your favorites out of it and, like, never touch the other ones? Or
There's some that we play a lot more than others, and because they put out several expansions a year, you can really get far behind. But if you play it enough, it's fun to go out and just try to experiment with certain things and be like, okay, these dudes work well together. And then you'll play games where it's like, we got toasted. That is so not cool. So it's all about experimentation. Of course, everybody's going to have their favorite, combos of people that you want to use and stuff. But a lot of it is just giving it a go and seeing what works. It's fun. The latest expansion that came out is all X-Men. It's all X-Men from the 90s and early 2000s. They've got a whole bunch of new masterminds. I'm going to sit down now.
I think it features the Dark Phoenix.
It has the Dark Phoenix as a mastermind. You get Onslaught, Mojo, Shadow King, Deathbird, and Arcade. Actually, they threw an arcade there, and that's pretty cool. There's new mechanics all over the place for that.
Oh, I just want to say about the arcade, like his the traps and stuff like that. Yeah, that makes you realize why they didn't put him into the cartoon series.
Yeah,
It
it's
really
awful
does.
stuff. It's awful stuff.
Murder War.
But fantastic, wonderful game. Once again, I'm just going to lay it out for you folks. This is my opinion. If you want to get into Marvel Legendary, buy the base game. You absolutely need that. Play it for a while, sleeve it, enjoy it, and when you feel like you're getting your money out of that and you want something new, go and get the Dark City expansion. It's almost 500 cards by itself. It's a really big, it's really good for the value. Sleeve it, play the hell out of that, and then if you really want another expansion, go and get the X-Men expansion because it's cool as hell as well. And then just kind of go from there. All the other expansions are cool, add different stuff, but I want to say that those are really the ones that you're probably going to get the most out of.
And I will say, the Gaming Goat up in Spring, I do know that they have an insane inventory on the X-Men expansion right now, and they're selling for $29.99.
That's a really, really good deal because they're usually about $35 or somewhere around in there, And it's always good to support your local game store, even if it's not your local game store. It's a local game store, and other people are going to enjoy it. So try to help them, keep that open.
Our small business keeps them open. Otherwise, all you have is the occasional one far away, chain,
Yeah,
the whole
exactly.
deal.
So
Plus, you're a local vape shop too.
Yeah.
Yes! Shameless plugs.
I don't have my paper anymore because you ran off of it last week.
It's not hard to remember a web address.
Wait, it's right there.
Captain Jack's Elixirs, that'd be CaptainJacksElixirs.com, and
All Star Comics, Baytown, Texas. Phone number 281-839-7127.
And now, another little shameless plug. Let's get that off me. These little expansions for DC, they normally run about $15 to $20. I was able to pick this one up, and this is the very first crossover pack. This is the first little expansion they put out, but I was able to pick it up for $9.99 from Gaming Goat. They were at Delta H, and they are located up in Spring. They support pretty much any type of board game, card game, dice game, pen and paper that you could possibly think of. They had it there.
They
Nice.
teach you the deck building or deck building, Magic the
Yes, they
Gathering.
do. They do have classes, and they play D&D there 6 nights a week.
Damn.
Oh, that's nice. That's good.
And apparently they want to do something with us, so we're going to see where that goes.
Cool. Very cool.
It'll be a hell of a drive, but it'll be fun.
You can see
If I
me
have
swear
time,
at
I'd
that
make
too.
drive. I love gaming. I love a good game. I love people who can give good game. If you can give good game, let me know.
That's so dirty.
I know.
It can be.
Seriously, I knew this one guy. He was a complete and utter scumbag. God, he gave great game.
I've known a few like that too.
If you're watching, you know who you are. Son of a bitch.
Oh my god.
I think Kent and Patty
not
are getting
watching.
their entendres mixed up.
Yeah. Not just
Entendre, there's
not
no
mixed
entendre
up,
about
just
it.
Eddie's making conscious decisions.
I'm making
No,
conscious
seriously, folks,
decisions to, you know.
If you are a gamer and you have a good DM, storyteller, whatever that runs your games and love to run your games, appreciate them, love them, give them stuff, shower them with gifts and whatnot, because it's a really hard thing to find now.
I got a lot of Legos that way.
Sorry, I love gaming.
Yeah, you did.
Yes, I did.
Bribe the DM, go up a level.
I didn't help him much.
No.
No.
I just didn't kill him.
I couldn't
that
bribe
session.
him either. I tried. Even sexual favors. It was
Yeah, see, we had to almost boycott a group because of that. It's just like, all right, no, this isn't working. Because, I mean, first off, I can't and won't, and he won't let me blow him. So, that's just not fair.
yeah, he didn't let it affect it.
So,
But you're more than welcome to try. Not promising any results out of it, but
oh no, you're gonna
my
have to
God.
start reset on the XP meter there with the thing. it's a rollover. It's reset. Yeah.
well, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned throughout the week. We'll be posting multiple videos, all sorts of different reviews on comics. I know Jimmy has some Legos he's going to be talking about.
Yeah.
Legos are sweet.
Also, like our videos, subscribe so you get updates that we're broadcasting or posting stuff.
Yeah.
Go to our Facebook, check out what we're doing, Instagram and Twitter,
And?
because we post all that stuff.
And you were
And the
always
website.
Yeah.
And the website. Yes, I always forget about that one.
www.thenerdery.net. There you go.
See reviews and stuff all written out, all pretty and proper.
Yeah, I'm running behind at the moment.
Yeah, you are.
He's been busy.
I have been.
There's a lot of stuff.
He's
going
he's
on,
had more
so.
womanly duties of late.
Yeah.
Had to change
Like
my
washing
badge.
his vagina.
I'm sorry. I didn't
That's
realize.
pretty much the only womanly duty.
Yeah. Washing your vagina, that one's a womanly duty.
Whatever.
Besides that, I can't really think of one.
We should have started off. It's like this guy. Trigger warning. Anyway, so.
But no, we're yeah.
Thanks.
We got interview and a panel coming up. That'll be coming up this week from Delta H, and I'll be writing a full review when I can. I'm behind. But thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.